Welcome to Step by Step, the podcast where I break it all down. Life, drama, gossip, and everything in between. I'm your host, Taya, and this is my audio journal, filled with stories, reflections, and the kind of tea you won't find anywhere else. Each episode, we will take it step by step, starting with Monday Mindfulness to kickstart your week, diving into the magic of Wednesdays with our main episode, and wrapping up with Your Say Friday, where your stories, questions, and even a little anonymous gossip take center stage. This isn't just my podcast, it's ours. So grab your headphones and take this journey with me, one step at a time. Welcome to this week's Monday Mindfulness. Today, we're diving into something that we all experience, but sometimes we don't recognize it for what it is. Tests from the universe. These tests are opportunities for growth and alignment. They challenge us to step into our worth and strengthen our confidence. It's good practice to see these challenges as checkpoints on your journey through life. These are tests that you need to overcome to progress further in life. And you need to remember that the universe isn't out to punish you. It genuinely wants the best for you, and it's on your side, trying to guide you to something better, something that you truly deserve. So what are these tests and how do we find them? Well, we don't find them. They find us. And they can appear in many forms, starting with obstacles in your path, people from your past, or even situations that challenge your boundaries or self-worth. A common example of a test is when you miss out on an opportunity. At first, it feels like rejection, but it's actually a chance to align yourself with something better. It makes room for something better. And you should trust that when you miss an opportunity, it's for a reason. Let's talk about relationships for a second. That is a common area where these tests show up. Imagine you're ready to meet your ideal partner. However, before that happens, or sometimes even during, you might be presented with a test, someone from your past, like an ex reappearing in your life. You see so often that when somebody starts to move on, a blast from their past arrives. And it might feel familiar and comfortable, but that is exactly where the challenge lies. Do you invest your energy in something that you already know doesn't work? Or do you stay committed to a future where you align with what you truly want? Walking away from the past and firmly closing that door is often the key that you need to move forward. That is when the test is passed. Closing that door once and for all is very liberating and powerful. Even casual communication with an ex, no matter how casual you think it is, can block your path. And this is also sending a message to the universe that you're not ready for something new, or maybe not even feeling like you're worthy for something new. So clear your path so that you can meet your future self with ease. On that note, tests that you have to really look out for are the ones that appear exactly as you want them to. But when you look a little bit closer, you realize that something's not right. Let's say you meet someone new and they tick all the boxes at first, but soon you notice red flags or you feel disrespected. That is a clear test to your self-worth. The universe is asking you, how much do you value yourself? If you ignore those signs, you're telling the universe that you don't believe you deserve better, or that you don't believe that you'll find someone else. Desperation is a low vibe emotion, and that's all that the universe feels, the frequency. So instead, use this chance to affirm your value. You must believe you are worthy. Think about where you're settling and where you might be compromising your self-worth in life. But it's not just romantic relationships. These tests can appear in friendships too. It happens that people project their insecurity. When you realize that you don't actually have to, nor do you owe anything to anyone, your life will be better. If it's not serving you anything but negativity and stress, why wouldn't you choose to remove it out of your life? Are you going to stay in a toxic friendship because you're afraid of being alone or hurting someone's feeling? Maybe even shifting a dynamic. Or are you wasting your time and energy on people who don't value you and make it about themselves all the time, whilst they project their problems and insecurities onto you as if you're to blame? It's easier to tolerate it, suppress, and move on. But is that serving you or lowering your vibrations and causing a blockage in your life? In my opinion, people are just sometimes not worth the energy, especially in a situation where it's all take and no give, or all push and no shove. Your energy can be put in so many more positive things and places. Life is too short and you have the choice where you want to put it and the choice of what's truly worth your time. So choose what you want to nurture and choose it guilt-free. Know your worth. Your time and energy are valuable assets. Use them wisely. Tests from the universe also challenge our mindset. A scarcity mindset tells us, this is the best I'll get, I need to hold on to it. And an abundance mindset, on the other hand, trusts that there's always more, whether it's love, happiness, or success. Here's an analogy. Imagine you're shopping for jeans. You find a pair that's okay, but they're not quite right. Do you buy them out of fear that you won't find better, or do you trust that the perfect pair is still out there? You probably leave them with ease because there are so many other jeans out there. This applies to every area of your life. Be patient and trust that the right opportunities will come. So I'll give you an example with a personal experience that illustrates this. When I was house hunting a few years ago, I spent months and months looking at properties. It was a very stressful time, as buying a house is a very big commitment. I didn't want to settle for less than I dreamed, although I almost did settle a few times out of frustration. I had a vision, I knew what I wanted, I kept searching and I stayed persistent, but nothing was close to my vision. I started to feel like I would never find a house. One day I went to see 3 home opens. There was one more left that I had to go to. I was tired from searching and I was about to not go, but something just told me to go, and I did. As I drove through the neighborhood, I felt a wave of alignment with the universe. I had a good feeling. I walked into the home open. No more than 2 minutes in, I whispered to my partner, "This is it. This is my house." The more I walked through it, the more I felt it was mine, the more reassured I got. I had been denied so many house offers. I was already in the process of putting an offer down for another house. It was just before the big boom of housing prices and demand was high. Someone was making an offer on the house that I wanted, but I swooped in and I put my offer in. Half an hour later, I was in the office signing papers. Finally, I found the house, the one that aligned with my vision. The lesson? Sometimes patience and perseverance are the tests. The universe wants you to trust that the right thing will come when the time is right. There are signs from the universe everywhere to trust it. One big sign that I picked up on from this experience was from my grandpa. His words were saying one thing, but his soul was saying another to me. My grandpa was sick and in hospital. I was there visiting him. He didn't say much to me that day, but the only thing he really did say was when he looked me in the eye and he said, "Knowledge is power. Gain all the knowledge you can, then make a decision." Let me just clarify that he actually had no idea that I was house hunting. What he really said to me though, when he said that, was knowledge is power. Don't settle on the first house. Keep searching. Eventually you would have seen enough houses to know what one is right for you. So the story gets better, but worse. Fast track back to 3 weeks later when I put the offer down on my dream house. I signed the papers and then was told they will call me when my offer gets approved. I went home. Maybe an hour or 2 later, I get a phone call. It's my mum. "Grandpa is dying," she says. I hang up the phone. And I get another phone call coming through. "Your house is approved. It's yours." Basically, imagine feeling that massive high and massive low at the same time. The only way to really explain it in my eyes is that my grandpa was a sign from the universe in this case, and his last job on earth was to align me onto my path. Moving on to another type of test though, because not every test comes in the form of an opportunity. It can also come as rejection. Maybe your plans fall through or you face unexpected setbacks. A good way to understand what I mean is sometimes you can't find your keys because the universe is potentially saving your life. But these other tests that happen can derail you very quickly, even if it's just a power bill when you have a holiday coming up. When things don't go the way that you hope, you're given the greatest opportunity to show up for yourself and bring strength, resilience, and courage. Instead of letting these situations derail you, see them as redirection. Ask yourself, do I let this strip away my confidence, or do I stay in my power and trust that something better is coming? When things fall apart, they are often falling into place. So don't be afraid of your difficulties. Don't wish to be in other circumstances. It is a stepping stone to a great opportunity for you. When you overcome these tests, you find a new kind of strength within you. Sometimes you just need to trust that the universe knows your worth more than you desire and is clearing a path for you. There is always a lesson to be learned, and we ultimately have the choice in which lesson we want to learn. We choose what visions to create, what thoughts to attach to, and who we spend time with. At the heart of it all is the power of choice, so determine who you want to become. You get to decide what you accept into your life, how you respond to challenges, and what you invest your time and energy in. Use the test to strengthen yourself. Stand firm in your worth and trust that the universe has your back. And remember, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. These tests you face aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. If you fail a test now, don't worry. All is not ruined and you're not going to be punished. The universe is still on your side. You will just be rewarded when you get it right. Embrace the test, trust the process, and believe that you're worthy of all good things coming your way. Stand up for yourself when you need to and stay strong when you're faced with rejection. Trust that everything will work out as it's supposed to. Ride the wave. As you move through the week, reflect on where you might be settling or compromising. Challenge yourself to let go of what no longer serves you and make room for what's meant for you. Your affirmation for this week is, I trust the universe and the ability to overcome any test. I am worthy of the best and I align my actions with that belief. If you want to be part of Your Save Friday, I would love to hear your experiences on survivor's guilt. Please DM me on Instagram or email me on stepbystep_pod. You can even message me on TikTok or whatever platform really, but I do want to hear your experiences. Stay tuned for what's coming. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on Wednesday.